Peter, why does this album have a jar on the cover? Is it pickles? Are we talking about pickles?
Stewie, you dimwit. That is Jar of Flies by Alice in Chains, and it is not about pickles. It is about pain, isolation, and acoustic guitars so heavy they could crush a truck.
An acoustic album? From the grunge guys? Wasn't their whole thing being loud and terrifying?
That's exactly what makes it legendary. 1,994. They locked themselves in a studio for 1 week, 7 days, and recorded this entire EP from scratch. No pressure, no label breathing down their necks. Just vibes and misery.
So it's a sad album made by sad people very quickly. Got it.
It became the first EP in history to debut at #1 on the Billboard charts. A 6-song acoustic EP beating nobody. That's like winning a race nobody signed up for.
Okay, but what does it actually sound like, Peter? Because heavy acoustic sadnesses is not a genre I recognize.
It sounds like if folk music grew up in Seattle and started having serious problems. And then there's Nutshell. Stewie, Nutshell is basically the national anthem for every guy whose wife took the kids.
That is oddly specific. What is it even about?
It's about feeling like you have nothing left to give anyone, including yourself. Lane wrote it at the absolute bottom. And somehow that made it the hymn of an entire generation of guys who didn't know how to talk about any of that stuff.
So the divorced dads of America heard this and thought, finally, someone gets me.
They didn't just hear it, Stewie, they lived inside it. This is the album you put on when you're sitting in a studio apartment, eating cereal at 11 p.m., wondering where everything went. Nutshell is the moment they all stopped feeling crazy for feeling that way.
So the jar of flies on the cover, what does that even mean?
It's from a William Faulkner novel. Trapped, insignificant things that are still alive, which is honestly just a jar of flies.
I'm going to go listen to this and eat cereal, and I don't want to talk about it.
Like that time I tried to explain my feelings to Lois and she told me to go watch TV.